But yes, we do have our grand finals. Classic did not trigger 3-0 earlier. Classic has yet to drop a map, by the way. He's yet to drop a map. Classic is coming in as a favorite player, but Percival, he was the underdog against Ryung, he was the underdog against Byeon, and he's the underdog here against Classic as well. Can he pull this off? Can he pull off the upset? I will say that Percival, at least in my opinion, his TVP is his best matchup. Like Percival, he has caused a lot of upsets in the past. He has popped off and brought down many a top Protoss player. But of course, the meta has shifted, the meta has changed, and we are jumping into the grand finals. Vitas are done, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. Whew, it is Percival. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is a Classic. Let's go. Let us go. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our final series of the broadcast. The grand finals are upon us here. We have our best of 5. Let's go. We have our TV for the first time tonight. We have a TVP. We've had non-stop mirror matchups for the entirety of the broadcast, but finally we have a non-mirror matchup. We see Classic early on scouting for proxies, making sure there's no shenanigans going on. Again, Percival is typically hyper aggressive in the TVP matchup. I say that because of the meta, because of how the meta has shifted over the past couple of weeks. We have seen more mid-game and mid to late game play out of our players. We have seen Terran players embrace that kind of longer game state, getting to the mid-game, getting up to 4 bases, and that is typically the case here on White Rabbit. White Rabbit is one of the larger maps of the map pool, is a little bit more defendable here on 4 bases, especially if you go for the center expansion. If you go for the center base, then your linear third base is better protected. You can locate your army here, you can knock down these rocks, rotate easier, and set up on 4 bases. So we'll see how Percival will approach this. Also, I'm surprised. He could have asked for a break, by the way. We would have been happy to oblige, but Percival, he knocked down Byeon and he was like, give me more. Like, he needs to ride that high back. Let's go. See in the chats, a battle between 6 units more intense than clashing armies. True. Ah, crazy. I can't remember the last time I saw this setup for a game. I think the last time it happened on the Cranky Ducklings was either at the beginning of the year or end of last year. It was I want to say maybe ESL Open Cup Americas or ESL Open Cup Asia. It was an ESL Open Cup, and it was I think it was Clem versus Byeon. Clem versus Byeon on Hardwire? No, not Hardwire. But we've seen it before. That's why at the beginning we called it, like, typically with like 2x, proxy 2x versus proxy 2x, like you end up like base trading and your buildings float. But yeah, the ESL Open Cups, that was quite some time ago actually, now that I think about it. Like but I think that's the last time I remember it. During one of the ESL Open Cups. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. But here we go. For the time being, we're going to be settling into our own TVP here. It is going to be a blink-based opener out of Classic, and he's going for a very greedy variation. Do you see what I see? 2-gate. 2-gate blink into a fast third. Hyper greed here by Classic. This is an opener that is more viable here because of what we said earlier. This is one of the larger maps, so longer rush distance by ground, so it is a little bit safer to go for a third base of such this quickly. But on smaller maps, I would say that this is greedy, and this is risky, and often is punished. Speaking of punish, do have our 2-1-1 setup, tank production, banshees as well. Percival is going to be rushing across the map, and we'll see if Percival can punish the greed. Let's go. Remember, Classic, he has minimal stalkers. He has 4 stalkers in total, 2 adepts, no shield battery. Here comes Percival. He's rushing into the bases. We'll see if he can plan to make enough damage. Marines, they tie up the Stalkers. The Hellions, they go for the mineral line. And probes are going to be going down. So far, getting up to 4. 4 or 5 probes going down. Again, these Marines, they're just here to just buy time, just to tank, just to distract. Ooh, massive Hellion shots. And the Hellions, they deal the real damage. Getting up to 11. 11, almost up to 12. But 11 probes go down. Nice damage here by Percival. Nice start. And again, the pressure was on because Classic went for a greedy build to punish said greed. And remember, we're not done. Behind this, I believe we did have a Banshee. Oh yeah, Banshee. Banshee is out. Tank on the high ground. Ooh, Percival overextending. Has to calm down. Calm down, Percival. Calm down. Does siege up on the high ground. We have the Banshee making its way across the map. Classic goes for the dive. He's going for the tank. Oh, he's going to lose so much. He's going to lose too much here. Every Stalker's going to go down. He does barely get the tank, but that was not worth it. Rough trade for Classic, and Percival, he can counterattack. Percival, he has a massive lead. The Banshee has arrived, making its way into the main. And no cloak. If only. If only there was cloak. Gets 1. Gets 2. Banshee pulls away. Percival, he's rallying. The boys are being pulled. Remember, Percival, he took a better fight. And there is a window. There's an opening. Percival, he has momentum. What do we have to defend? 5 Stalkers. 5 Stalkers defensively here. The boys that are here to repair. They hit a tank. Speaking of, the third base is within range. Stalkers are going for the dive. Yeah, they're going for the dive, and they 3-shot the tank. They do 3-shot, but that's going to be a lot of Stalkers going down. 3 Stalkers do fall. Banshee back into the natural was dealt with. Banshee was barely dealt with. Classic, is he cleaning this up? The repair of the Banshee. He's trying to repair. They're trying to keep it up here. The bunker is almost done. Boys are being pulled. Bunker finishes. He's getting in. Oh no! A bit of a miss rally here. Rallies the tank into the army. Bunker does complete. Yeah, rough rally here for Percival. Again, he's so close. He will kill the third. Or at least he should. I say that. Classic barely holding. Oh no, the bunker's out of range. The bunker's out of range of the Nexus. No. But at least does run away the Stalkers. Gets 1. Again, 5 Stalkers left. Nice snap of the Observer. Tank is moving in. And the tank will punish. Yeah, massive punish here. Hefty losses here for Classic. Trying to come in for the surround. Diving on the tank. And sure, he gets the tank, but he'll lose everything. He'll lose every Stalker. Every Stalker goes down. Percival, he has broken the third base. Sims on forward and kills the third. GG gets called, and Percival will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very aggressive game here by Percival, which, if you remember, is what we expected. We expect aggression out of Percival, and remember, one of the reasons why the aggression worked as well as it did is because Classic was cutting corners. Classic did go for a greedy build. He went for a 2-gate blink opener into a third base, so he had minimal Stalkers, minimal warpins, minimal gateways. As a result, we saw that Percival, he was able to kill 11 probes at the start of the game. That forced a counterattack at a Classic, and the counterattack was not worth it. The counterattack was not worth it. Oh. Classic, he bled out too many Stalkers, and once the counterattack of Classic failed, bam, that triggered a Percival. That triggered Percival. Percival, he committed, he pulled the boys. GG. GG, well played. It was still very chaotic, it was still very intense, but GG, well played. Whew. Percival, he does take a lead in the series, and now we're loading into the Old Republic. Now, after what just happened on White Rabbit, I would imagine that Classic should be going for safer builds, especially on the Old Republic, but we should be seeing safer builds at a Classic. We should be seeing a higher gateway count and a later third base. But we'll see. We'll see. As we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran leading the series 1-0. It is Percival. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss for Team Protoss Pro. It is a Classic. And a big shout to Sort of in the chat. One moment here, slash shout outs at Sort of. There we go. Big shout out to Sort of. Sort of course, has been streaming a lot of StarCraft as of late, has been streaming a lot, has been playing a lot, so big shout out to Sort of, thank you so much for the raid. We've even seen Sort of playing a Tuna Cup every now and then. Every now and then. But thank you so much, hope you had a great stream, hope you had a great ladder session, hope you had a great time. Meanwhile, welcome everyone, welcome to the final Tuna Cup of 2025. This is the December finals. For those who don't know, for Tuna Cup, this is an event, actually I didn't even get a shout out earlier, as we're coming in for the eBay block. But if you want to support the Tuna Cup, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon is what funds our tournaments. It solely does fund our Tuna Cups, our Sea Duckling Opens, and our Master Swan Opens as well. It is all funded via Patreon, and you can help us grow our tournaments via Patreon as well. Again, the Tuna Cup is for the people, by the people, and if you didn't know, the Tuna Cup is the longest running Open Cup out there. It's been running longer than War TV Mondays or Pegasus Cups or Monday Night Weeklies or KSL. It's been running longer than all these tournaments. The Tuna Cup, as we force the unnatural successful eBay block here by Percival. Now, because Percival has forced the base here on the low ground, what does this mean? Classic's exposed. Classic is vulnerable to aggression here. Percival can go for a faster factory. He doesn't, but he could have gone for a faster factory, into faster reactor, into Hellion aggression to punish the low ground or to rotate into the main base. It's going to be an awkward defense here for Classic. So awkward setup, awkward defense, awkward expansion. We'll see what Percival can do with this. But again, Tuna Cup has been running for many years at this point. It is a weekly open tournament, and it even has monthly finals, and that's what has led us here into the December finals. We had our top 8 players. We had a Björn, we had Trigger, we had Skillis, we had Christiana and Nicaract as well, but in the end, we have our top 2. We have Classic and Percival. This is the finals, the grand finals of our monthly December finals of the Tuna Cup. Shout out to the Tuna. Shout out to the Tuna. I think the bunker placement was pretty cool. Not within range of the base, but powerful against the ramp. It was within range to zone away the army to protect the tank. That is true. Or I say protect the tank, to protect the key units, whether it was the tank, whether it was the Banshee. To zone away the reinforcing army. Classic going to be opening up with a proxy behind the natural. Bold move by Classic. What is the best defense? A good offense. Classic knows that he's vulnerable, so his response is to be hyper aggressive. We have 1 gateway at home, 2 more gates on the way, 3 gate aggression at a Classic. So the goal for Classic here is to be hyper aggressive to make sure that Percival never gets across the map. To make sure he never gets across. 1 SCV goes down. The Reaper does get onto the high ground though. Does deny mining. Oh no, kills a probe. Does kill a probe. The sentry will defend. Ooh, and again Percival, he is stuck on 1 base. The Cyclone has arrived. Nice lock on. Remember, there is no blink. And this Stalker, ooh, barely survives. Barely does survive. Oh no, the breeze! Jesus, that's 3 Stalkers. Miscontrol by Classic, losing 3 Stalkers at once. Losing 4. Yeah, 4 Stalkers go down. Massive losses for Classic. He's being bullied. He's being bullied back. He's lost too much. Losing another Stalker, down to 1. Another lock on. We try to force a recall, and the Stalker is not saved. Classic losing everything. Classic is falling apart. He's falling apart. Ay, Percival. After knocking down Björn, he can't be stopped. He's going to knock down the proxy. And remember, Classic, he's vulnerable back at home. Remember, the purpose of Classic's build was to contain Percival. It was to contain. Remember, Classic, his blink is late. His Twilight Council was delayed. Everything was delayed here because of the 3-gate aggression, and the aggression failed. And now Classic's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's in danger. Defending this store base, defending this natural is going to be so difficult. Oh, he's hiding. Let's go. Classic is hiding in the tall grass. He gets spotted by the medevac. Yeah, he gets spotted. Another Stalker falls. Down to 4 Stalkers. Nice control by Percival. He saves the Cyclone. Oh my god. Yeah, barely able to save it. And no shot the Classic can defend here. Nice snipe on the Cyclone though. Tank is too far back. Okay. The tank is too far back. Slowly pushing forward. Remember, there is no blink. Another Stalker falls. Charge is on the way. Charge has begun, but again, this base should go down. Like, there's no saving this expansion. No shot. The boys are being pulled. He's going for it. Does pull the boys. Nice target firing on the Stalkers. Massive tank shots. Down to two stalkers left. Trades with the probes. I'll pick up micro. The Viking lands as well. And Percival, he's gonna take his lead, Five. He's gonna take it. No shot. All the boys are going down, killing every single probe. 13 probe kills. Tank siege is up. Oh, he's running out of buffer there, running out of Marines. Classic is holding. Classy, oh my god. The micro. Percival, calm down. Oh my god. The juggling. He takes down 2 extra stalkers because of that. That's crazy. He got sieges in time. Percival, calm down. He's crazy. He's still running out of steam. He's still running out of units. Charge is almost complete. Percival, he has to regroup. He has to calm down. He has to regroup. He has to pull back, consolidate his forces. Percival does have a massive advantage, but he has to be careful not to lose too much. Oh. Yeah, charge is done. He's chasing out the tank. The tank is going to go down. Massive pickup for Classic. Yeah, Percival, he overextended. Got too excited. Calm down, Bobby. Calm down. Again, nice target firing. GG gets called as, again, Classic, he was down and out anyway. GG, and Percival, he'll take a 2-0 lead. Whew. Hi. GG, well played. Percival, he is 1 game away from claiming the series. Again, a hyper aggression out of Percival. I say that technically, winding it back, it was aggression from Classic that failed. Remember, Classic, he was forced into an awkward position into the low ground expansion. Classic's reaction was to go 3 gates, which I'm not opposed to. He went for a 3-gate response, which delayed his tech, which delayed everything in favor of hyper aggression, but he miscontrolled. He had some big miscontrol as he lost 3 stalkers early on. I say miscontrol at the same time. Percival did a great job when it came to his unit control, when it came to his cycle, when it came to his marine positioning, when it came to the high ground as well. He was able to take the fight, bully Classic, capitalize on Classic's mistakes. Remember, Classic, he lost like 6 stalkers across the map. He lost control of his proxy and lost control of the base. GG, well played. Remember, Classic, he delayed his Twilight Council and his upgrades in favor of the 3-gate aggression, which failed. And now we're getting into game number 3, potentially the final game of the series. Like, I did mention that Percival, his best matchup is TVP. I did say that we've seen him upset before, but if he did upset, I was expecting like a game 4 or a game 5. Does he 3-0? Let's find out. In the bottom right hand corner, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Green Terran leading the series 2-0. It is Percival. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the South Green Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Here we go. I see in chat, I mean, Classic could have taken the triangular 3rd base. Not sure who would go for the low ground. That is not true. So very quickly here, specifically on maps, this is a good example, Winter Madness. If you go for the eBay block or Winter Madness, there's a high chance you force the low ground 3rd. Why is that? Because when you eBay block, you get the eBay here at the natural, and then you SCV block at the triangular 3rd. This is what happened on the Old Republic, and this often does happen on Winter Madness as well. Because on this map, the only other 3rd base option is on the low ground. So it's the same here on Winter Madness as it is on the Old Republic. So that is why Classic was forced to expand on the low ground, because he couldn't take the triangular 3rd base. Just as a quick heads up, because if you remember, that's what the SCV was. There are maps like this which don't really have a good alternative third base option. On other maps, you can like choose if you want to expand here at the 3rd or at the linear 3rd or the triangular 3rd, but there are maps like Winter Madness and the Old Republic where the other option is on the low ground, which makes it so difficult to defend. So eBay blocks are stronger on maps like Winter Madness and Old Republic because of that. So it is map specific, to be fair. Map specific. But here we go. Here we go. From here, it is going to be double gas. Double gas open out of Percival, going for the faster factory, going for a delayed CC, so a more tech-heavy start out of Percival. This time, no eBay block, which makes sense. Like, after successfully eBay blocking in game 1, it's not really worth it to do it again. So Percival, he's checking for proxies. Don't blame him. Classic is the kind of player that, hey, you could be down in the series, but he will cheese the hell out of you. So Percival just securing himself, checking the nearby 4th locations, even double checking. You see, he's being so safe. Doesn't want to die to any cheese. Meanwhile, Twilight Council opener at a classic. Everything looking normal. Like standard opener, even a safe opener going for the safety shield battery. Ooh. So both players are being safe, with Percival just scouting very diligently, and Classic setting up with the blind shield battery. So very safe play all around. This should be heading towards Blink. Chat, everything seems very strange. Also, not using Blink to get the first Banshee. I believe that's in reference to the first game. The first Banshee did eventually go down, if you remember. It did go down harassing the natural. Oh. There we go. Reapers, they do dive into the main. Dive into the main. So far, Classic, he's keeping up. Oh. And we have a Widow Mine drop follow-up here by Percival. Okay. Going for the mine drop. Wait, what? Just one. Okay. Just a singular Widow Mine. With this, you can go for the Marine Widow Mine drop instead. This is a build. This is a style that was popularized by Bjorn and Maru like 2 years ago. It was like a year ago, 2 years ago. Typically, the goal here is that the Widow Mine zones away the Stalkers, and the Marines, they focus on economic damage. So you don't want to waste the mine shot on probes. Don't want to waste it. Meanwhile, 3-gate. Yeah, 3-gate Blink, Robot before third base, so a much safer build here by Classic. Going 3-gate Blink Stalkers. And we'll see if Percival can get in position. He's boosting in. Stalkers are rotating over. Oh, yeah, Classic is ready. Classic is ready. The Widow Mine shots will not go off. Nice defense. And the drop is deflected. So clean defense here by Classic. He made it back home in time. And Classic is establishing his third base. Okay, we're settling in. After a very chaotic game 1 and game 2, which, again, hyper-aggression from both players in both game 1 and game 2. Now we're slowing things down here in game 3. Slowing things down. We're building up. Classic will establish his third base. And our eyes are now on Percival. He is working towards Stim, building up his tank count. In my mind, we should be working towards a third TC momentarily. We'll see if he throws down extra Raxes instead. Oh no, we're committing. Okay. Oh! Raven does pull back in time. You see Percival trying to bait the army within tank range. Gets one shot off. Classic, he rotates around. Observer does provide vision. Classic making his way into the main. And can he deny Stim? Uh-oh. He's making his way towards the main base. Percival, he's out of position. He does miss the rotation. Army dives in. He's going for the tech lab. Oh. Catches the medevac instead. Okay. Medevac goes down. Mass repair on the tech lab. Gets one medevac. Bleeds out a couple of stalkers. But does pick up SCVs. It's going to be 3, 4, 5 SCV kills. Ay. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. There's the recall. Bleeds out 2 stalkers. Saves 4. Saves 4 stalkers. And Percival is going to commit. Yeah, we pull the boys. 2 base all in. Stim is now done. +1 and may finish during the all-in. It's a ways away though. I'm not too sure it's going to really factor in. Oh no! Gets a medevac. Both medevacs go down. No medevac support. Yeah, no medevac. Some key pickups here by Classic, catching both medevacs. As he pulls away. Missile goes up. Oh, catching the Immortal. Not quite. Immortal pulls away in time. Storm is halfway done. No shield battery. But remember, every stim hurts. Every stim is killing Percival as he has no medevacs. So he has to be careful. We see Classic coming from behind. There's 4 tanks. And we see Percival, he's in position. Yeah, he shuts down the Zealots. Tanks, they maintain themselves. Not bad. There's 3 tanks left. Down to 2. Down to 1. The 1 tank remaining with barely. He breaks through. He shuts down all the Zealots. The tank survives. And Percival, he's done. He has broken the third base. Yeah, the probes, they try to get away. This third expansion should fall. He's got 1 medevac. He's stimming. And no shot. Percival from here, can he keep going into the natural? That's the question. He has to be careful. He has to be careful. Again, he barely maintained that tank. Again, good positioning here by Percival to shut down that flank. That was a key moment here for Percival. And Stalkers, they can't blink in. There's just too many Marines. Too many Marines. The Nexus goes down. And very mature decision here. Percival, he pulls away. He pulls away. He reinforces. He consolidates his army. But he is still rotating actually towards the natural. Storm is done. Remember, Storm is complete. The Storm is ready. Oh no! Oh, massive Storm! Yeah, Storm connects and all the Marines are going to be going down. Oh no! Sims back in. And with that, I believe Classic should clean this up. He will clean this up again. That was a brutal Storm on the ramp. Ay, ay, ay. Percival losing everything and he plummets in supply. Nah, Percival. Not like this. He was so close. This is the high ground. Yeah, he has the high ground with no support. The tank goes down. Percival's being chased all the way back home. Back in, what is it to defend? There's going to be one tank, a handful of Marines. Classic, he's retaking his third base. Percival, he was so close, man. He was so close. Remember, I was even praising Percival. I was like, oh, he's going to back off and consolidate his army. Like, and then he's like, no, I'm just going to keep pushing. He took a Storm to the face. Not like this. And with that Classic, he's ahead. He has a higher worker count. He's retaking his third base. There's no third TC for Percival. There's no follow-up. Does have +1 at least. He has combat shields. But over time, Classic is stabilizing. Meanwhile, Percival, I believe that his goal here should just be to build up to a second 2-base all-in. But the problem is, when we go for another all-in, this time, look at how many Storms there are. I mean, that's a lot of Storms, baby. You saw what one Storm could do, mate. Wait till you see 6. God. So Percival, full medevac goes down. Percival, he's missed his window. Like, he's missed his timing. He missed that back. It was close. I mean, there's a world where if he was a little bit more attentive to his army, or if he had waited for more reinforcements, then maybe that would have been enough if he had minimized damage from the Storm. But again, there's 6 Templar, plenty of Storms. We got Storms for days, feedbacks as well. Percival, he throws down 2 more Maxes. That is indicative that he has no plans on macroing. He has no plans on getting a third base. Now, the best that Percival can hope for is that Classic overextends into a defensive line, right? There's 4 tanks. There's 4 tanks. So if Percival can fight where he's pre-siege, then maybe. Oh, he's moving out. Okay, spots the Observer. Spots the Observer. Classic coming from behind the tanks. The tanks are on siege. Yeah, massive pick up here. Massive catch. Tanks have to get the hell out of here. That's pick up by Percival. Ooh, Storm in the fire. Storm takes it away again. There's still plenty of Storms left over. Saves the Archon. Oh, God. Prism does go down at least. Takes out the Prism. But Percival is contained for now. Now, what's important about what just happened? Percival, he bled out Marines, but the tank count, he's got 5. This is a pretty hefty tank count. He's got 5 tanks. He's got 2 Liberators. He's gonna get a 6th tank as well. Like, unironically, if we pull the boys for a second time, this could kill. This still has potential, depending on the Storms. That's the big caveat here. There's still 5 Templar. There's still 5 Storms. If we can minimize Storm damage, then maybe. For a Storm, oh, it does land. And again, Storms, they're not just doing damage, they're zoning, right? They're slowing down the push. They're slowing down the all-in. It's buying time. You can see that we're slowly defrogging forward. Percival is hoping to try to bait the army within tank range. So there's another Storm. There's 6 Templar. Again, Percival, he's slowly gaining ground, but the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Classic. Classic is warping in more Stalkers, more Zealots, more High Templar. Ooh, Liberator goes down. Overextension there from Percival. He just wants to get across the map, man. He's trying. He's trying to get across. Disruptors are now on the way, jeez. Does have his 6 tanks. Oh no, here extends. Here extends. One tank goes down. Storm in the bio. Second tank falls. Third tank as well. Yeah, he stepped too far forward with those tanks. And with that, Classic will sort out the army. GG gets called, and Classic, looking to tie the series, puts a point on the board. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Ay, ay, ay. As we're getting into our next game. And again, Percival, he was so close to 3-0ing, by the way. Percival, he was achieving so much with his initial all-in, was able to break the third base, but again, was a little bit inattentive, took a massive storm to the face, lost the all-in, lost his army, and from there, Classic was able to stabilize and snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. The series will continue. Now, Percival is still 1 game away, and I will favor Percival coming into the next map. Where are we dropping? Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Aggression and all-ins are favored on Ruby Rock, and we are expecting to see an all-in. We're expecting to see an all-in out of Percival here. Defending against that all-ins is going to be much more difficult on Ruby Rock. We'll see. We'll see how our players will approach this. Let's go. Let us go. Just catching up. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from claiming the series and becoming the December champion. It is Percival. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Here we go. I saw someone that was timed out in the chat that was clowning, probably was clowning, asking for the real Classic. If you maybe don't watch a lot of StarCraft, you may not be familiar, but we have seen Percival take it to players like Classic, like Hero, like Max Packs in the past. There's a reason why I say that Percival, his best matchup is TVP. I would say that his worst matchup is TVZ. Like that, I say worst matchup, that's his weakest matchup. And he has been actively working on his TvT, which we saw against Bjorn. But again, if you're a little bit unfamiliar, then seeing Percival take it to some of the top Protoss players might be surprising to you. But like, I would say this is the matchup where Percival can cause the most upsets. As you've already kind of seen here, Percival is hyper aggressive, is very, very aggressive in TvP, and we have seen him take down the best Protoss players in the world before. He's not favored. I wouldn't say that. I'd still say he's not favored, but like, this is the matchup where he can pop off. Speaking of popping off, we have 1 Rax at home and 1 proxied across the map. Let's go. Let us go. Have our proxy across the map, opening up 2 racks. Curious to see what is done with this and whether we plan on going for proxy marauder. Whether we go for the tech lab. And again, welcome to Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock has a much shorter rush distance by ground. Shorter rush distance. And show us that tech lab. There it is, proxy marauder. So this is a very risky maneuver here. The goal here, of course, is hoping that Classic goes for a standard opener and to catch out the first key units with said marauders with concussive shell. Concussive shell marauders, they can shut down stalkers real hard, real fast, and real quick if we can bank this up and keep this hidden. Now, if you remember, Classic, he was so vigilant when it came to scouting last game. He was checking the 3rd, the 4th base locations. This time, I don't see any scouting. This time, Classic is not checking. He moves that across the map. He saw the CC on location. He saw the racks at home. He didn't go further in. The Twilight Council opener out of Classic. And does Classic cut corners here? Does he scout nearby? Does he get into the main base? He's not going for a sentry, for example. No hallucination scouts. What can he get done with the Adept? What vision can he get, I should say? As the Adept does shade in. Will delay the CC, but this doesn't really matter as much because how many Marauders do we have? 2. 3rd Marauders on the way. We have the SCV, we have the Marines as well. No safety shield battery. There's going to be 1 Stalker defensively and no Warp Gate. Remember, there's no Warp Gate. Adept is across the map. 1 Stalker to defend, and the bunker's being thrown down. The Marauders have controlled the low grounds. They've controlled the natural. There's that 1 Stalker. And Classic, oh, has to be so careful. Has to be so careful with that Stalker. The boys are being pulled. He's trying to focus on the Marauders. Nice control here by Percival. He does pull back. Yeah, pulls back the Marauder. He's so close to the Stalker. He wants it. Oh, he gets it. No. He gets the Stalker. Stalker goes down. Massive pick off. No Stalker. No Adept. Pylon goes down. Depowers the shield battery. There's a second Adept coming in. The bunker's not done. The SCV! The SCV is being chased down. The SCV falls, so no bunker. And Classic, it looks like he may be able to defend his ramp at least. There's a cancellation. Yo, Stim is on the way. Let's go. He scans. I was hoping to catch that Stalker. Wanted to catch the Stalker here. Now after 3 Marauders. Does kind of back, killing a little probes. He wants that Stalker. He does get it. Takes down one of the Stalkers. Warp Gate is now done. And Classic defends. And Classic, he will hold on. But at a cost of 12 probes. Now, is this enough damage? Bearing in mind that behind this, we're going for a 3-racks follow-up. Sorry, 4-racks follow-up Stim timing. Do you have a Stim timing? Now, Classic, he's hunting down that Rax. He knows it's somewhere, and it looks like he may be able to deny Stim. That's going to be huge. That is going to be huge. Yeah, Percival is going to try to save it, but I'm not sure he can. Oh, gets a Stalker. Okay, that should not have happened. 1 Stalker falls, and Percival, he should wait for the Marauder. So we have to wait for the Marauder, then catch the Stalker, and then come in with the reinforcements. Oh, he goes in a little bit earlier. Yeah, he goes in earlier. Does try to zone away. Oh, will barely not lose the Marauder. Gets a Stalker. Uh-oh. Takes on the Stalker, saves the Marauder just barely. Stim will finish. We have DTs on the way for Classic. We have the Dark Shrine. Let's go. I mean, there are going to be limited scans. Another Marauder. The Marauder goes down. That's picked up there by Classic. Again, he can out-control these Marines. At least pre-Stim. But he will lose another Stalker. Yeah, another Stalker goes down. Shield batteries repowered. Oh. And Percival, he has to calm down. Percival, he pulls away. He does have Stim, but he's holding onto it. He's holding onto Stim. Behind this, still rallying. Remember, he has a 4-rack setup. Classic, he's barely holding on. Behind this, he's going for a very high gateway count, actually. But defensive DTs, I mean, they can shut Percival down. I say defensive DTs. DTs, they move out across the map. Ah, this is turret. No shot. There's a blind turret at home. He's crazy. The DT doesn't lift. Doesn't lift. His defensive DTs as well. Do we have a scan? He's Classic. He defends. Classic does defend. He shuts down the Marauders. DTs are across the map. They're back at home. Yeah, Percival, he wasn't able to lift in time, and Classic, he's going to shut Percival down. The Invisible Man, Patty. The Invisible Man. It's too much. That's going to be 7 dead SCVs. Now, we're in a really weird game state where Classic, he does defend, but he's still on 2 bases. Like Classic, he never took a 3rd just because it's been so safe, right? Because he went into the Dark Shrine, into the Robo, into the 4-gate setup as well. So Classic has also been playing 2 base. So Classic's economic lead here isn't as great as it otherwise should be in a regular game. So he doesn't have a great economy to work with. He doesn't have as large of an army as he otherwise should have either. Classic's moving out. So it's Percival. Uh-oh. Percival going for a double drop. Percival, he barely has anything at home to defend. Oh, but he can catch. He can catch out the Stalkers. Can he bait the blink? Can he bait him? Tried to blink away. There's a Stim, and he's going to be chased down. Glues 1, 2, 3 Stalkers. 4? No shot. Massive pickups. Colossus on the way, but that's a massive loss for Classic. He has no army, and again, he has a limited economy. He can't afford this. He can't afford these losses. No shot. Like, even if the Colossus pops, there's a chance here that Percival can just break through. He can just Stim in. He has a high enough Marauder count where he might just break the Colossi. DT counterattack. There's a scan, but there's not really much here to work with, so DTs are saved. It's just not a lot of DPS here for Percival. Armor gets spotted. Colossus has arrived. Percival, does he dive? Yeah, he's going for it. He tries to go for the dive, and the Colossus gets a lot of hits in. Yeah, the Marines, they get shut down. Classic holds. Classic, he holds on. Still very tense. He's into the mineral line. Getting 5, 6, 7 SCVs. Every worker counts. As we're in such a low eco situation for both players. The Winter Mine's up! Oh my god. Ah, there's a Viking. Yeah, there's a Viking anyway. So this should be cleaned up. Might get an extra couple of SCVs. Recalls back home. Losing a Dark Templar. Does lose a Templar. Still very tense. But Percival's expanding. I mean, this is a sign here that we're building up into the mid game. Percival is getting his 3rd TC, so it's classic. I would say that Percival has the greater economy currently, thanks to the mules. Again, typically in a TVP matchup, the Protoss player wants to be upper base to be equivalent in economy. So the late 3rd base here is hurting Classic that much more. Percival still has momentum. Oh, getting a 2nd starport. Okay. Getting up to double starport, double reactor, and mass Viking production. I mean, that will help against the Colossi. It's going to be a lot of Vikings. I mean, currently the Colossus are the only splash damage here. Ghost Academy's on the way, building up and taking up into Ghosts. Percival just posturing. Stims in, catching a Stalker. Can he get the Colossus? He gets 1! Ah, barely not. Clutch shield battery. Colossus barely survives. I spoke too soon. 1 Colossus does go down. The DT getting free damage. Gets 2. Gets 2 Colossus, but barely doesn't have enough. Oh my god. Yeah, barely not enough. Still a better trade for the Terran though. And then Marauders the pickup micro. Oh, Jesus. He was dodging Stalker shots. He's crazy. He was dodging shots. Colossus barely survives on 14 HP. And remember, Percival does have that 2nd starport. Nice catch on the Dark Templar. Storm is not even halfway done. Percival, can he break Classic before Storm finishes? He may be able to. Yeah, Colossus goes down. Late energy overcharge. Vikings are landing, and Percival, he's doing it. Percival, he's done it here. No Storm, no Colossus. He stims on in. He stims and he wins. And there's a world out there where he could have 3-0'd, but he wasn't quite able to. Classic, he was able to barely clutch it out with the Storm, but this time there is no Storm. Colossus now has arrived, but there's no support. There's no support, only 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers, Patty. Colossus, get out of here. Has to pull away. Gonna be chased down. Clutch shield battery. That batteries do keep it alive a little bit longer here, but there it is. Percival, he overwhelms. GG gets caught. The 1G, Fabi, and Percival. He will take the series 3-1, becoming this month's Sparkling Tuna Cup 2025 December champion. GG. GG, well played. Ay. Percival able to pop off this month. Oh my god. Calm down, Percival, calm down. GG, well played. Congratulations, Percival. He was able to pop off here, not just in the finals, but on his way to the finals as well. Congratulations to Percival. Fun fact, Percival, he did make it, of course, into the event, but he didn't even win a Tuna Cup in the lead up to this, right? Like he's typically like a top 4 kind of player, like a top 4, maybe sometimes a top 2 player when it comes to the Open Cups. But here he did pop off. Very impressive display here from Percival to be able to claim the series. As you can see here, Percival, it was not easy. He took down Ryung, the TvT sniper, 2-0. Honestly, that was also a really fun series. If you maybe tuned in towards the end of the broadcast, I do recommend Ryung versus Percival, because that was a very, very exciting, very intense TvT. But Percival did take down Beyond 2-0. Then we had Percival versus Beyond, which could have gone either way, right? It went all the way down to the ace match. It went all the way down to proxy 2-racks versus proxy 2-racks. Like 2 SCVs versus 2 SCVs, like a crazy situation here, where Percival barely took down Beyond 3-2, barely shut him down. And then we had the hyper aggressive Percival shut down Classic. And to be fair, there was also aggression from Classic in game 2 on the Old Republic. Remember, It was Percival that forced an awkward position out of Classic, and Classic who reacted with a proxy with a 3-gate response. So even Classic was also kind of getting down and dirty with Percival as well. But in the end, Percival was able to punish Classic, able to bully him back. And again, if you missed out on the games, I do recommend them. Percival, he had an amazing display of micro. Like, there was some clutch moves out of Percival when it came to juggling tanks, juggling Marines, juggling Marauders. Like, again, his micro, his control here was insane. I do think that was on clear display, and not just in this series but in previous games as well. So really impressive play there by Percival. He's a very fast player, very micro intensive player as well, and that's why he can really excel in these scrappy kind of early to mid game situations. As I mentioned in the lead up to this series, Percival, he is known for being hyper aggressive in TvP. This is where he can cause some upsets and where he can slip up players like Classic, Max Pax, and Hero. Like, the 3 best Protoss players in the world do drop maps and do drop series to Percival, just because he's so in your face, so intense, so aggressive. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Very impressive performance here by Percival. Very nicely done. Again, taking down Ryung, Bjorn, and Classic. Shout out to Classic. He didn't drop a single map leading into this tournament, leading into the finals. He 2-0'd Christiana and he 3-0'd Trigger, right? Like, Classic, he did well for himself making it to the finals. He went undefeated. But again, in the more chaotic series that was this finals, that is where Percival was able to excel. GG, well played. Congratulations to Percival. GG, well played. And again, a shout out to Classic for making it to the finals. Did fall here, but shout out nonetheless. GG, well played. GG, well played. So is it just me, or Classic has lost a bit of his aura at level play? No, I would disagree with that. I would say that Classic right now, I mean, there's a reason why, if you watched RSL, if you maybe don't watch a lot of StarCraft, RSL was a rival StarCraft league. Classic came second in that tournament. That was like a big offline event in Korea. That was like 2 weeks ago. Classic got second place. He got second to Hero, and that best of 7 went all the way to the ace match, right? I believe it went all the way to game 7. So again, Classic barely came second to Hero in those finals of RSL. Again, that was 2 weeks ago. That was mid-December. So yeah, the Classic, he's in form. Like, he's in form. It's looking good. Again, it's just Percival looking very insane tonight. Hyper aggressive, very intense games. GG, well played. World champion, second place in EWC, but again, second place in RSL, which was a couple of weeks ago, which is more recent. So again, Classic, he's had some really good results. Oh, sick run by Percival. Yeah, for sure. Yo, shout out to Estemana. Share my Estemana in the chat. GG, well played. But for those that are maybe tuning in, for the first time, for those that maybe don't follow us here, welcome to the Sparkling Tuna Cup. This is a weekly tournament every single week, and again, this is we've been running Tuna Cup since 2021. It's been years, it's been years. It's been a long time coming, right? A long time coming. But Tuna Cup has been running for a long time, longer than all the other open cups out there, of course. And for the end of this year, we had a bunch of monthly finals. I will say that this is not usually the case. Usually we just have open cups, just like all the other open cups, like the Wardy TV Mondays, or the Monday Night Weeklies, or the Pegasus Cups. Usually our events are just open cups, just like them. But for September, October, November, and December, because of a very generous and very passionate fan in the chat, we were able to host some monthly finals. Basically, if you were here for it, it was back in August. We had a $2,000 donation, which is split into 4 $500 monthly finals. So again, all that money, 100% of that money went towards all these monthly finals for September, October, November, and December. So thank you so much to the very generous and anonymous donator in the chat for the support, for allowing us to host these monthly finals for the past 4 months. Thank you so much, to round off and to end 2025. Otherwise, usually these events are weeklies and they are funded via Patreon. If you want to support these tournaments, if you want to support the players, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund these events on a regular basis, and there is a stretch goal on Patreon to be able to fund monthlies, but it's quite a long stretch goal. Like the monthlies, it is going to be quite a lot more to be able to fund that, but if you want to help us grow the Tuna Cup and to reach the end goal of being able to self-fund and self-afford these monthly finals on a regular basis again coming into 2026, then help us out over on Patreon. Again, there's a weekly tournament every single week. we have the Tuna Cups, and coming into January, we're going to be going back to just regular weeklies, until unless, you know, maybe we get another big generous donation, or if we reach the goal on Patreon to be able to grow our event, to be able to fund monthly tournaments, like monthly finals, after all the Open Cups. For now though, again, we're going back to the Open Cups, and I hope you all had a great end of year, right? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. You know, we're just wrapping up, and we're a couple of days away from New Year's as we wrap up 2025. And what a way to wrap it up as well. And very quickly, hold on, did Percival, did he win a Tuna Cup this year? Like, he's been grinding, he's been doing well for himself, don't get me wrong. I'm curious. Let's see. No shot. So I'm quickly having a look at Wikipedia. This year, Percival, is this his first win? No shot. Fun fact, so Percival, congratulations by the way for being the final 2025 Tuna Cup champion. He has not won a weekly this year. I say this year because I'm pretty sure he has won weeklies in the past, like in 2024 and 2023, like in the history of Tuna Cup, like he must have. No, this is his first win. He hasn't even won one of the weeklies, Fabi. Sorry, I was just checking in the history of Tuna Cup. And again, we've been running this event since 2022. That's it, 2022. Percival, this is his first time winning, and it was a monthly finals as well. Este Percival, GG, well played. In the past, he's gotten plenty of second places. He got second place in July in Tuna Cup number 96. He got second place in 97. He got second place in 102. He got second place in 114, 115. Again, we've had a lot of weeklies. But yeah, Percival, he has gotten a bunch of second places, but never has he gotten first place. So what a first place win, especially to end the year, and the monthly finals as well. Big prize pool, might be big prize pool, $500 prize pool. So congratulations, even bigger congratulations here for Percival. GG, well played. And it bodes well for Percival moving into next year. I would say that Percival, he is one of the rising stars of 2025. I say one of because there are other players that have also been improving a lot. I'm thinking of players like Shameless. Like Shameless comes to mind. Like Shameless, he has also improved so much. I would say that his big spike was last year in 2024, in my mind at least. Like Shameless, like his year was 2024. Yakov has been back, but Yakov has been around for a while. So, and remember, Percival, he retired at the start of the year. Sorry, end of last year. Like Percival, he retired for a good chunk of time, then he came back and he's been on that grind and he's been improving a lot. GG. This bodes well for next year for Percival. Keep an eye on him, as he might become more of a regular when it comes to making it far and deep in these tournaments. I should also mention that all these second places that Percival had were within the last like couple of months. Like I'm thinking like November onwards. So it's like a recent like spike in performance and skill from Percival, where he has been getting these second places. So really well done. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Do check out Percival, as he does stream quite often on his personal channel. Shout out to Trigger. He gave us a raid earlier, and he is also a very frequent streamer as of late. Sort of, he gave us a big raid earlier as well. So big shout out to Sort of, to Trigger, to Percival, to Babylings as well. Babylings also gave us a raid at the beginning of the stream. He was twice in the finals, 8th and 13th of July. Exactly. Like he only like finals, as in only second places until now. Crazy. Percival, he took the Sue aura. He did. Up until now, though. Only second places until now. That tank micro was crazy. Percival just locked in. He did. But with that, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. Very quickly, when it comes to the rest of our schedule, bam, you can see our schedule before us. Happy New Year. It looks, as you can see, usually we're live every day. Usually we're live every single day, sometimes even multiple times a day. But coming into the new year, we have some days off. We have some days off intentionally. If I really wanted to, I could get some replays. I could cast like some Monday Night Weekly replays. I could do like a replay cast of Waterfall Cup. of Hatchery Cup as well. If I really wanted to, like, we could still have some broadcasts here, but we want to take some time off, a bit of a break here. So we have 4 days off. Tomorrow we should be live with the Wardy TV Monday, and then we have a couple of days off. We have a KSL on Saturday. That's going to be the Korean StarCraft League. But yes, we do have some days off here in the middle of the week. So Happy New Year's, happy holidays, enjoy the end of year. Hopefully you have some time off. Hopefully you can just chill, calm down. We might not be live with StarCraft, but I'm sure some of the other channels will be. I'm sure maybe Wardy or some of the other channels will be hosting their events. Pigastar Cup is on hiatus, so Pigastar Cup, they're taking a break. That's why we're not doing a Pigastar Cup cast. Tuna Cup, we're taking a break as well. You can see Sparkling Tuna Cup is usually on Sundays. Not this week. We're taking a break because of New Year's. So again, a bunch of tournaments are taking breaks because of New Year's. They're slowing down, so enjoy yourselves. Take care everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to support us in other ways, you can follow us on all the socials: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things Cranky Ducklings. We are live on YouTube at the same time, and we also upload to YouTube on a daily basis. So if you enjoy the cast and if you want to watch some of the games, and if you missed Ryung versus Percival, then check it out on YouTube. It's the VODs are all there under the live tab, and eventually uploaded individually as well. So check it out over on YouTube. Otherwise, gonna head off. It is almost 2 a.m. Sorry, 1 a.m. It's almost 1 a.m. here. Very late. Don't tempt us to tempt you. I know. But with that, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys most likely tomorrow for Wardy TV Monday. I say most likely. That's gonna be a replay cast, but I don't have the replays yet from Wardy. So tentatively we'll be live tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll be live on Saturday for KSL, for the Korean StarCraft League. Have a great time. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's. Take care. Ciao. Baby ciao. Hasta luego. Take care.